push through it. I will
Hey
push past
Mexicans,
3
welcome back to this new video where today we're doing the worst drivers of California. Wham Bam Tesla Cam. We couldn't do the Tennessee
Okay.
one because Gray left early, so we're just gonna do the California one and then the Minnesota one.
Yep.
But yeah, here with me is mostly the same people, aside from Gray because he left. So I got Raymond, Ethan, and Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring her here.
I don't know how long Ethan's gonna last though, but
He might go to sleep in the face again.
yeah, low key.
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah, low key
No,
be
I'm
balling
gonna-
it.
I will pull an all-nighter, motherfucker.
No, the hell you won't. Anyway, let's begin.
Here on Wham Bam Tesla
Yeah,
Cam,
fucking
we've
well.
shown you over 5,000 Tesla Cam videos sent in by our fans, and we serve up new ones every week. Today, we're showcasing some of the craziest clips
California
we've
gang.
ever featured, so buckle up for Wham Bam Tesla Cam's Worst Drivers of California, Volume 1. While Michael was driving to the airport in Sacramento, the driver of a silver BMW drove recklessly while trying to get around him to reach an exit. The BMW driver clipped the front of Michael's Tesla before crashing into a barrier.
Did I
If we
just
watch
do
the
that?
video in
It's-
slow
it's
motion,
kinda-
we can
kinda-
actually
kinda-
see
kinda
that the
sounds a skill
BMW
issue,
driver
man,
had his
bud.
arm raised out of the window just before the crash. Was he flipping someone the bird or just waving at someone? Michael lost his headlight lens when the BMW
Wave.
made contact and traded some paint on the passenger side of the front bumper cover. The car is perfectly drivable, but the headlight will have to be replaced.
Of course.
Michael is still waiting to
Oh
hear
my
from his
God.
insurance
I wonder how
provider,
much it
but
costs
he's
for
been told that
replacement in
replacing the
California.
headlight and fixing the paint will cost around $2,000 US. Michael uses his car for
Oh,
Uber, and he told us
that's
the
not
car
bad.
always starts conversations with riders. As Rusty crested a blind hill, he immediately noticed that traffic had backed up right behind it. Rusty gently applied his brakes to stop in time and give the drivers behind him time to stop as well. But this wasn't enough to prevent the reckless drivers of a VW and a Ford SUV from zooming over the hill. The VW driver was
I'm just gonna say it, of course it's the Volkswagen.
stop in time and swerved off the road and into the woods, colliding with the tree. Reacting quickly, Rusty moved his car toward the center line to give them more space, narrowly avoiding contact with the VW. Despite the collision, the driver of the VW managed to continue driving, albeit with a visibly damaged passenger side wheel and suspension, burning rubber as they made their way to the next street to pull off. Prashanth was driving his Tesla Model 3 southbound on a California highway when traffic began slowing down. A Hyundai driver merged behind Prashanth since his lane was moving faster. Suddenly, traffic came to a complete stop, which caught a Ford driver off guard. He dove into the express lane to avoid rear-ending the now stopped Hyundai. Unfortunately, the Ford driver didn't notice a Honda approaching at high speed in the express lane.
I'll just
The
say,
Honda
of course, it's
crashed
a
into the
Honda
front
too.
end of the Ford before getting pushed up onto the median barrier where it got some airtime. Thankfully, both drivers were okay. Prashanth called the California Highway Patrol and provided them with this video, but they said they didn't need it. Our guess is that it's pretty clear who was at fault since the Ford driver crossed double solid lines to get into the express.
The one-time CHP is actually good, by the way.
California Highway Patrol, I mean.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Lane. Prashanth wants to give a shout out to his fiancée Sri, who watches all the Wham Bam channels, as well as his colleagues at work who asked him to share his video with us. Jen was driving home from work when a black Suburban moved to the right and made a U-turn right in front of her. Jen slammed on the brakes and barely
That's
missed
not a Suburban.
the
That's
Suburban.
an excursion. That's a.
The driver
Escalade.
of the Suburban was smiling and looking back.
Okay, yeah, that's an Escalade. What are you doing, idiot? If it wasn't obvious by the fucking taillight style, by the way.
As they pulled away. Jen's quick reflex
Yeah, this is a fucking Escalade.
prevented a collision. Nice save. Jacob was driving to school during the morning rush hour on I-15 in stop-and-go traffic.
Oh,
Suddenly,
yeah,
he
I-15.
heard and felt the car behind him rear-end his Tesla.
This is the one that goes to Las Vegas, right?
I think so.
I believe so.
Jacob stopped for a second, then pulled over, but the other driver took off. Thankfully, the license plate
Yeah.
was captured on video, which he
I didn't run
provided to
then.
the CHP and to his insurance provider. The registered owner of the vehicle lives in San Diego, and the police investigation is still ongoing. B was driving his Model 3
Top 10 reasons why Teslas aren't good vehicles sometimes.
down a California highway when traffic in the
Drive.
exit lanes
Actually, no. They're good vehicles in general, but the drivers mostly hit or miss. But mostly miss sometimes.
suddenly came to a complete stop. A pickup truck wasn't able to stop in time and rear-ended a minivan.
Bruh.
Interestingly, the pickup truck managed to pull
Yeah.
off some sort of drift such that the rear end hit the minivan rather than the front end, reducing the impact significantly.
That's a good thing.
I think the
guess.
brakes locked up.
Yeah, the
I think the
brakes.
brakes
He
locked
pulled
up.
over
Yeah,
to
the
give the
brakes locked
minivan
up.
driver their footage of the crash for insurance purposes and learned that everyone involved was okay. Anuj was driving through a snowstorm along I-80 after a day of skiing when a white
Oh, I-80, yeah. I-80, that's up near South Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, I low-key forget that Northern California exists sometimes.
Tesla Model 3 spun out of control and hit the divider in the snow.
Oh no. That's why you gotta get snow tires.
Dumbass.
Okay, it's actually not that
Anuj
bad, actually.
stopped to check on the driver, who was okay but shaken up.
Yeah, when it snows in my city, I'm going to get snow tires on my Tesla.
I have all weather tires. I have Michelin Cross Climate 2s. And they're
Although
pretty
I
good for
think
snow.
the Tesla can handle the snow still.
To an extent, obviously.
Yeah, to an extent. Like, not being deep, like, not being stuck in the snow, but I think it can drive in the snow.
Yeah, because ironically, I think I told you this already, but I did pull a stuck Model Y out of the snow. with
Yeah,
all that snow.
I heard that you told me about that.
Anuj
Yeah.
sent along a shout out for his 10-year-old son Jay, a big Wham Bam fan.
I'm trying
Here
to
comes
get an
another video
all-wheel drive
of one
Tesla.
Tesla
though.
recording another crashing, which is
When I get to
unusual,
that.
since most of our Tesla wreck submissions are recordings from the Tesla involved in the collision. This time, our submitter wants to know who you think was at fault. A Mercedes driver signaled to make a left turn while a Model 3 was speeding up the parking lane. Obviously, the Mercedes driver didn't check their side view mirror before turning. They hit the Model 3, which then sped through the intersection and straight into a light pole. This occurred at around 7 p.m., and in this area, parking lanes can be used by rush hour traffic between 4 and 6 p.m. Who do you think was at fault? The Mercedes driver or the Tesla
Probably the
driver?
Mercedes.
Leave your
Probably
opinion in the
Mercedes, considering
comments.
they can be used during rush hour. Parking lanes can. Probably Mercedes, because even though he was signaling, that doesn't give him right away.
Yeah, I think it was the Mercedes, yes.
Tanner was driving his Model 3 in Burbank, California, when he suddenly encountered a green Kia Soul in the middle of an intersection.
Bruv. I'd just like to say, terrible car. And of course, it's a Kia Soul.
Tanner thought the Kia driver was turning around, but then he realized she was blocking the road. Then she made a U-turn before swerving around the two lanes like a dumb driver, as Tanner puts it.
I wouldn't call it, I would call it retarded, actually, not dumb. At that point. Dumbass Kia driver, bro. Walk in, twin.
She then cut off a Toyota 4Runner and floored the gas all the way to the next intersection.
Where she does the same thing again. Also,
She then did more donuts, and then it looks like she took off, only to come back for more.
okay, this Kia driver is giving me AIDS, bro.
While spinning in circles, she nearly hit a Toyota Prius C. She then blocked the road, refusing to let anyone pass. Tanner waited for an opening, then floored the accelerator to get past her. In his rearview mirror, he watched her continue to block the road and wave her hand while people honked at her. ABC7 reported that she was arrested by the California Highway Patrol after leading them on a pursuit. Actually, Tanner had only seen the beginning of the incident as the Kia driver was doing donuts in front of the Writers Guild of America strikers protesting outside of Warner Brothers Studios.
Oh, that's what it was. I knew I fucking I knew they were fucking protesting there. I just don't know what it was, but now I know.
ABC7 reported that police tried to pull the woman over, but she fled before making her way onto I-110, eventually leading police south to Los Angeles. Officers
110,
then
yeah.
successfully deployed a spike strip. With her tires deflating, she was eventually pulled over near Century Boulevard. Officers approached the vehicle, shutting down the highway and stranding commuters while the CHP officers began a standoff with the woman. Eventually, they were able to pull her out of the vehicle. What a crazy story.
The one time CHP is actually competent too. Again.
Jamie was on her way to work one morning in Clovis, California, when a Dodge Durango
Bruh.
crossed.
Oh, okay.
The
It-
freaking Rasputin
the
song.
fucking Rasputin song. That's funny, but you know.
Into her lane. The Dodge barely missed the SUV in front of Jamie. Instead, it sideswiped her brand new Tesla Model 3 before slamming into the Volkswagen behind her, making this a 3-car accident.
I just like to point out, of course, it's to Dodge. And no, I'm not insulting the Charger. I'm just saying Dodge drivers, the fucking civilian ones, are just bad, bro.
I know.
Incredibly, nobody involved was harmed. Police were called to the scene.
Oh god, the tires got dislodged. Holy fucking
They
shit.
facilitated the exchange of information between the involved drivers. Allegedly, the driver
One
of the
tire,
Durango had
anyway.
fallen asleep behind the wheel after a long night shift. The collision tore a wheel off the Tesla's rear axle, revealing extensive damage to the entire undercarriage, and we're guessing that's the rear motor. If
I bet that Tesla's probably totaled.
100%.
you know what we're looking at, leave a comment. Insurance claims were filed at the scene of the accident, and within a few hours, Jamie's insurance provider contacted her to let her know her Tesla had been deemed a total loss.
I just want to say I fucking knew it.
Jamie bought a used 2020 Model S Performance to replace her Model 3 so she could get behind the wheel of another Tesla right away, rather than wait months for delivery of a new one. Jonathan was sitting at a
Oh,
red
she
light
probably used Facebook Marketplace then, yeah.
in Redondo Beach, California. Just as the light turned green, a black Ford Focus coming from the left ran their red light and hit 2 cars. One of the wrecked cars rolled toward Jonathan's lane and hit a Scion to his right, making this a 4-car accident. It looks like the driver of the Tesla in front of Jonathan managed to escape being hit by reversing just in time.
Did FSD do that or did he do that? That's the confusing
Probably them.
part. It's probably them, yeah.
Jonathan provided his footage to responding police officers.
Although
and
I think
then
FSD could do that if they were in the situation too, though. Because, I mean, the cameras would capture, like, pretty fucking
immediately
good.
found the driver of the black Ford at fault. Everyone involved was okay, but Jonathan noticed the driver of the black Ford put his hands over his face after the crash as if he knew he'd done something wrong. Mark was on
Moron.
his way to work and canceled autopilot when he noticed a police car to his right. The police usually run radar from a highway overpass, so Mark drove past it normally before setting autopilot's speed to 85 miles per hour. What he failed to notice was that the police were right behind him.
You dumb mother...
Buddy, that's Highway 99. The speed limit there is a max of 70.
You dumb motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, it's Highway 99. Max is 70.
He'd been blissfully unaware of the police officer until he was
That's
right next to him.
that's the max of So that's max of 70.
When the
and
officer
some places
turned on
it's
his light,
65.
Mark quickly pulled over and slowed down to set his car to the right speed. He told us the rest of his drive to work was a
California Highway
lot more
Patrol.
lawful. Eric was driving through a parking area in Yosemite National Park where the posted speed limit was 20 miles per hour. An impatient Lexus driver decided to pass him across double solid lines.
I just want to say, of course, it's a Lexus.
Unfortunately for him, he hit the park ranger right on the spot and got pulled over immediately.
What kind of Power Ranger was it?
A park
Yosemite,
ranger.
probably.
Gotta love a little dose of instant justice.
Wait, is that on Mark?
Andrew was driving on a road where the right lane
Wow.
becomes a
Mighty
bus
Dustin.
lane and other drivers must merge into the left lane. A Kia driver wanted to
Wait,
get in
is
becomes
that
a bus
Waymo?
lane and other drivers must merge into the left
Yeah, a little fucking reference there. I don't like
Oh, look,
Waymo.
Waymo.
lane. A Kia driver wanted to get in front of a Land Rover, but the Land Rover driver wasn't having it. They had a slow drag race before a BMW driver went to make a left turn but had to stop right in front of the Kia for pedestrians. The Kia driver didn't want to stop and swerved left to avoid T-boning the BMW, kissing the Land Rover instead. Both
That's
cars
crazy.
pulled over, but Andrew was in a hurry to get his kid to school, so he didn't have time to offer them his Tesla Cam footage. This submitter was driving home from work with the windows down when he heard a loud crunching
Woo,
sound.
FedEx.
When he
Wait,
looked
is he
back, he
complete?
noticed an SUV
Even-
had been
Nope.
T-boned
He
by a
saw
truck
it.
at an intersection where the
That's
city is still
Surprisingly.
working on installing traffic lights.
I told you, I'm gonna
Will
fucking
was
fight it,
driving in the left lane when
motherfucker.
he noticed a
Oh,
car
I
coming
have
from
serious
behind,
doubts
going
about
at least
that
100
one,
miles
buddy.
per hour, so he moved over to let them
Okay, so
pass. As they passed him, Will says it looked like
No.
they drifted into the shoulder before correcting and swerving in front of Will's Tesla,
Fuck you.
kicking a bunch of debris up onto
No,
his
idiot
windshield
as in
and
the driver's
cracking
fault.
it. Will isn't sure if they did this intentionally or if the driver was drunk, but they managed to keep their car in the lane following this incident.
Yeah, okay, he's definitely not
You
drunk then because a drunk person will have trouble keeping with the lanes.
Actually, we've seen a meme making the rounds on TikTok and Facebook touting this pro driver tip. You can cut off any Tesla and it will automatically hit the brakes and let you in. The comments on those threads are terrifying. Some people say they intentionally do this all the time, and others say they'll be trying it out. Please be careful out there.
Fucking
We
people, bro.
discussed this on the Wham Bam Fam
Brainwashed
Discord server,
idiots.
and one of
Oh,
our members,
fucking
Steven,
non-airplane.
pointed out that the sign in the picture and the sign in Will's video both say Dixon Landing. Steven even found both locations, and they're both taken
Discord
from
link.
I-880, traveling in the same direction. What do you guys think? Could this
Wow,
be
got
the
more
same car
food
from
than
the
mine,
meme?
surprise.
I think it is, actually.
Yeah.
I think it is.
James had parked his Model Y in Irvine, California,
Oh.
when someone temporarily vandalized his car by drawing something nasty on the hood.
No,
Ugh. Fucking... these people I hate a lot, bro.
Yes.
The vandalizing.
no, Henry.
Another guy then walked by his
But
car.
what does this have anything to do? What does this have anything to do with drivers? I'm
Saw
sorry.
the message on the hood, and we have no idea what it was, but evidently he felt like he needed to wipe it off.
You know, honestly, I think this person's a W.
Yeah, he did.
He's definitely a W.
James thinks maybe the kids left a note to not subscribe to Wham Bam, which of course means you should. In the end, the masterpiece didn't leave any permanent marks on his carbon hood.
Ooh, it's a Tesla.
Oh no shit, really?
Sam was driving his Model Y in Los Angeles, California. He was
This is
approaching
Tesla
an
cam,
intersection
buddy.
when the driver of a large truck pulling 2 dump trailers tried to stop for the light that was turning red. The 2 trailers continued to move forward, hitting a black pickup truck immediately to the right.
Bruh.
Oh.
Thankfully, the pickup managed to escape from being crushed, so nobody was hurt in the incident, other than the truck driver's ego, that is.
Lose it.
While he
Anyway.
was driving down I-5 in California, he fell asleep
Oh,
behind the
I-5,
wheel
yeah.
and crashed into a semi-truck hauling a trailer stacked with wood.
You don't fall asleep
Oh, what?
behind the wheel, by the way.
Oh, Minecraft wood.
That doesn't, like, you're not supposed
That's
to.
pilot.
Hey, you're not supposed to do that, idiot.
Emilio told us he called Turo's support on the phone after sending us these images, and they told him the Tesla is a total
Yeah,
loss.
no more
How do we
mirrors
fix
for you, bud.
this? I guess all we can do is tell our viewers to stop renting Emilio's Tesla.
Oh. That's a rental. Okay.
Oh no.
Adam and his son were driving down a residential street in Napa, California, when the driver of a pickup truck ran a stop sign and T-boned the driver's door of their Tesla Model 3. The impact was so powerful, it pushed the Tesla into 2 utility poles on the right side, one of which
Yeah,
couldn't
okay, buddy's
withstand
getting
the
charged
impact. The left repeater
Okay,
camera stopped
buddy.
working at the moment of impact and doesn't show much, but we also have the footage from the left pillar camera, and it shows everything.
Bruh.
Yeah. Oh.
This is the first time we've ever shown video from a pillar camera on our channel, and that's because it isn't a normal part of the Tesla Cam feature. Along with the wide forward camera, the pillar cameras are normally only used for autopilot and safety features. But in the event of an accident, and if you've enabled the right settings, your Tesla will save the footage from those cameras too.
Oh shit, that's useful.
Yep. Yes, for
In the state of California, and nowhere else as far as we know, Tesla will provide you with these recordings if you request them, which Adam did. Since all
Okay,
the doors
California's a W, I guess.
were damaged, Adam and his son could only get out by climbing through one of the windows.
WW
While
for,
doing so, the
Raymond,
driver who'd run the
California.
stop sign claimed
For
that
once.
Adam took him out. Adam said the guy
Maybe
didn't
for
ask if they
once.
were okay or even try to
I
help
mean, California's mostly an L because of the drivers and shit, but...
them at all. Bystanders even told the guy to calm down because he wouldn't
Raymond's
stop
not a bad
yelling.
driver after
Police and
all.
firefighters responded, and Adam and his son were checked for injuries. Incredibly, they were perfectly fine.
Oh shit, that's surprising.
The other driver kept insisting that he'd stopped, but the police took Adam's side after seeing the video. Adam's wife works for the city. When he called her, she was too stressed to drive to the accident scene herself, so the city manager gave her a ride.
Fair enough.
Little did she know, the city manager was the former chief of police. When he arrived, the cops and firefighters started joking around, "Uh-oh, the boss is here."
Huh?
Bloody-
Okay.
This brought a little levity to the whole situation, and as Adam puts it, he got a little instant cred with the first responders. Adam wants to thank Tesla Insurance for sorting everything out in a timely manner. The Tesla was deemed a total loss, and
You know, if I get a Tesla, I might actually go with Tesla insurance.
Yeah.
I might. I don't know. It's a
Mm.
might. We'll see, but I think I might.
later, Adam has already taken delivery of a new Model 3. Dan was on his way to work when, out of nowhere, an SUV driver decided he didn't want to wait in traffic anymore. He proceeded to make a U-turn right into another car that was coming down the middle lane. After making sure both drivers were okay, Dan shared his Tesla cam footage with both of them. Then he thought to himself, yes! After 3 years, I can finally submit something to Wham Bam.
I actually will submit whatever accident that happens on mine, if it happens, onto Wham Bam. So if you do end up seeing it, you end up seeing it. The name will probably most likely be Alex, though, because I'm not about to fucking show my identity, bro.
Yeah.
The name on it will be Alex. City won't be unknown, though, I don't
Dan
think.
told us he watches our new video every Sunday while on the elliptical at the gym. Does that mean you're at the gym now, Dan? Push harder, man. Let's go.
Yeah, if I ever get my fucking video on Wham Bam Tesla Cam, you know I'm gonna show it to y'all immediately.
Yeah.
You can do this. Ivan dropped off his daughter at school and was returning home. When he was almost home, a little boy ran out from behind cars into the middle of the road before running back. Ivan hit the brakes and the Tesla stopped instantly. The speed limit on this road is 15 miles per hour. Thankfully, Ivan had been obeying the speed limit, but he told us that many drivers speed down this road. Ivan doesn't want to think about what might have happened if someone else had been driving down this road at the time. Ashish was driving north at around 50 miles per hour on a wet interstate in San Jose, California, when his Model Y hydroplaned and crashed into the median barrier.
Damn.
The car
Damn
was
it.
towed away and declared a total loss by Tesla Insurance. Police responded to the scene to control traffic. Ashish told us he's an avid viewer of our channel but never thought he'd be making a submission. He wanted a shout out for his wife, Anusha. Brian was driving home from school one night when a rogue tire came rolling across 2 lanes of traffic and directly onto the front of his Model 3.
Oh shit,
Brian said he'd only just
that fucking hurts.
noticed some small debris in the middle of the road right before the tire came into view, so he had no time to take evasive action. Brian told us he's a fairly new subscriber and he got a Tesla after seeing how safe they are thanks to our videos. Did you hear that, Tesla? We're helping you sell cars. Please invite us to the Cybertruck delivery event. We promise we won't crash anything.
Anyway.
Wait, is that an animal on the road?
Might crash the party if we don't get invited.
Okay.
God.
Okay, head ass. Okay, head
Brian
ass.
lost control of his Model 3 when he took a turn too fast in Rialto, California. The car hit the curb of a highway entrance, causing a wheel to become loose.
Okay, that hurts.
Despite this, he drove the car back home and filed an insurance claim. The repair
Bruh.
cost came to over $11,000 and repairs will take 2 months to complete. Adrian told us
Yeah,
he's
that's
19
fine.
and this is his
Oh yeah, by the way, Adrian.
first car. He's been watching our videos for over a year
Oh.
and was looking forward to
Hope-
sending us
hope-
his own
I
submission,
hope- I
but
hope
he
it
didn't
doesn't- I
think
hope
it would be
doesn't say
something like
Enrique
this.
Name, bro.
This Model 3 owner got a notification on his phone that his alarm was going off. Watch what he found when he watched the Sentry Mode footage. A white Mercedes pulled up and a guy jumped out, broke the back window, and lowered the back seat to look in the trunk. Luckily, our submitter didn't have anything in the trunk, so the criminal took off, leaving him with a repair bill to fix the broken window. Our
Idiot.
submitter contacted the police, but they said there wasn't anything they could do. Watch what
Lazy.
happened while Harrison was driving his Tesla. He was going through an intersection when a Ford Flex driver ran a red light.
Damn, it's a Ford Flex too. That isn't flexing. That's hate crimes.
Harrison had no chance to stop before T-boning the Ford on the driver's side. Thankfully, everyone involved was
Oh, yeah, bro,
okay.
big flip.
From the moment they were out of their vehicles, the Ford driver denied he had run a red light. But Harrison told him, "Hey man, I got it all on video." They watched this footage together inside
what?
Harrison's
Oh.
Tesla before the Ford driver finally agreed that he had run a red light. Responding police officers were impressed by the footage, but they were not impressed with the Ford driver's lack of a driver's license.
I think I've already seen this one actually in a
Yeah.
different compilation.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Harrison's Tesla was deemed a total loss. He
Oh,
purchased
wait.
it for $68,000
Wait, let me
US dollars in
look at the department
2021
box
with
then.
the FSD option,
What
and the
kind of-
same
what kind of department
configuration
is
now
that?
costs around $71,000 US dollars.
Did they give him 71,000?
Even though the
Wait,
other driver
Raymond,
is totally
Raymond.
at fault,
Question. What
What?
is that department? What is that department?
What department?
The department that is in the
I
background.
don't know.
I can't fucking tell from this angle, okay?
around $71,000 US dollars. Even though the other driver is totally at fault, Harrison is still working with the insurance adjusters to settle on a replacement value for his vehicle. Harrison says the insurance company is using Kelley Blue Book to determine the value of the vehicle, but that evaluation doesn't accurately factor in the value of the FSD option, even though it's a $15,000 add-on.
Yeah, okay.
John and Jill were heading home from Disneyland in Anaheim, California, when they witnessed a Mercedes CLA rear-end another car at high speed.
Probably an annual pass holder, by the way.
The driver of the Mercedes then took off, making it a hit and run. John and Jill decided to use their Model X's 670 horsepower to chase him down. The Mercedes
That's
eventually broke
convenient.
down, and John and Jill directed the California Highway Patrol to their location. They told us the driver turned out to be drunk. John and Jill wanted to send a shout out to Sarah and Frank for their beautiful Disneyland wedding. Gio
Oh yeah, Disneyland does weddings. I forgot about that.
was driving
That is
along
pretty-
when the
that is
Fiat
pretty
next to him
expensive.
hydroplaned, sliding from the
Yeah, it's
carpool
pretty
lane to the
expensive.
other side of the highway unscathed. Gio kept driving as there was no place to safely stop and everything seemed okay. Jake was driving in Burbank. When he stopped at a red light, he heard the sound of multiple Mercedes revving their engines while the driver next to him put his car into launch mode.
Stop revving your engine. That is not cool.
Jake was tempted to put them in their place, but then his girlfriend noticed a cop across the street. Jake was about to put down his window and warn the guy, but the light turned green before he had the chance. As expected, the cop flipped a U-turn in front of him and served the AMG driver some instant justice.
Dumbass.
Idiot.
Justin's night of Tesla cam taping didn't end there. While he was heading back home from dinner that same night, a pedestrian decided to walk into traffic and block his lane. Justin doesn't know why they stepped into heavy traffic, but he told us they were
Drunk.
glued to their phone the entire time. He honked and flashed his high beams in an attempt to get their attention, but they just stood there, staring and talking to their phone.
You're just
He
asking
flashed
to
his high
get run
beams
over.
again, but after drivers behind him started honking, he decided to try and squeeze by him. Anthony was driving home after work during a heavy storm when he suddenly found himself in deep water.
Uh-oh, that's bad.
He had no idea the road ahead was flooded. We can see the water pretty well in the clip, but he told us that in person it was difficult to see. The water got as deep as 10 feet, so he really avoided a dangerous situation. He used a different road to get home, and that one flooded just 45 minutes later.
That was lucky. He used the
Lucky
road.
chance.
He used the road while it wasn't flooded. That's
Muhammad
good.
told us he was driving about 80 miles per hour when he tried to merge into the middle lane to pass a car in front of
Going
him.
too fast.
His Tesla began to hydroplane when he drove through some
Exactly.
standing
Saw
water.
that
His
coming.
Tesla fishtailed and spun 180 degrees before he
Ow.
effectively backed into a semi-truck in the right lane while still going about 80 miles per hour.
Oh.
Neither Muhammad nor the semi-truck driver were harmed in the collision. We're guessing the trucker barely felt the impact, but he still pulled over and stopped.
Well,
The
of course.
California Highway Patrol
That's
responded to
quite
the
sad.
scene and wrote a report, which Muhammad was able to include in his insurance claim. His Model 3 was deemed a total loss by his insurance provider after the repair
it's
quote
not.
came to $33,000 US, so they wrote him a check for the value of a new car.
Of course.
Nick was stopped next to a Camaro at a red light in El Dorado Hills, California. When the light turned green, they both took off in what Nick calls a friendly, spirited race. At least it was for Nick. The Camaro driver lost the race and became furious, and to Nick's surprise, he turned into a stalking road rager. Nick thinks he couldn't handle being beaten by an E EV.
Yeah,
Let me
okay, buddy.
The Camaro
Don't
driver
try.
used the turn lane in an attempt to pass Nick, and when he finally did, he brake-checked Nick before driving painfully slowly.
Yeah, this motherfucker's butt hurt, bro.
Ego.
Ego, yep. Ego got crushed.
At the next intersection, the road opened up into multiple lanes, so Nick moved into the middle lane, then abruptly to the turn lane to escape the Camaro. It seemed like his strategy had worked. Then a few seconds later, the Camaro came back and stopped right next to Nick's Tesla.
Bruh.
Nick turned around and the Camaro driver sped off, crossing the double yellow line and illegally passing several cars.
That's a mosquito. That Camaro is like a mosquito, bro. Like, bro.
Buzz, mother.
Buzz, motherfucker.
The individual proceeded to follow Nick, then parked one block over at a shop owned by one of Nick's friends. Nick adds that racing is never safe, but that other driver turned a calculated open lane 0 to 60 race into a very dangerous incident.
You know, if I was that person, you want to know what I would do?
What?
Tell Nick's friends how much of a fucking asshole the Camaro was being, and
Fair enough.
then basically get him banned from the store.
Fair enough.
Wouldn't y'all do that too?
Yeah.
It just seems like a fucking common thing. It just seems like a fucking thing to do.
Don't be like this guy.
Oh shit, bro.
This emitter was driving his Model Y
Oh,
on his way to
please,
pick
no,
up
please don't make
groceries
me go
when a red
swing.
car pulled out from a gas station and sideswiped a Subaru
Damn, me
Impreza.
too.
The red car proceeded to hit a pickup truck,
More
which
Subarus.
almost crashed into our submitter. When he was heading back from the store, he saw
I need
firefighters
this,
had arrived at the
California
scene.
Fire
You too, huh, Henry?
Dinah was driving home from her gym
Yeah.
in Anaheim
I don't
Hills,
wanna go
California,
to-
when
I
another
wanna
driver
stay
ran a
at
red light and crashed into the
winter
car in
time.
front of her.
Hey, listen, man. If you go, I'll go.
Dinah immediately shared her
Oh,
footage
man.
with the
Oh,
responding
man. I'm
officer
saying
and
no.
collected the email addresses of both involved
Oh,
drivers.
wow.
Later
I
that
wanna see
night, she
who's-
sent the
who's
footage
stayed
to
the
them both
longest.
for their insurance claims. Both drivers were thankful for the
I
video
can tell
and
you right
informed her
now,
that
if I go
nobody
to
had been
sleep, you're saving that
seriously
pursuit
injured. This
video for
emitter was
tomorrow.
driving his Model 3 in San Gabriel,
Oh, yeah.
California. While he was stopped at a red light, a
Yo,
Chevy
Alex.
Malibu started creeping
What?
up on
Unless that was already your plan. If for some reason I fall asleep, save that pursuit video for tomorrow.
I
today.
probably will. Well, later
Me
today.
today.
Well, later today, but yes,
Yeah.
that was probably my plan. Don't worry.
Alright.
and getting uncomfortably close. This emitter inched forward, but the Chevy driver pulled up even closer.
So I'm trying so hard, and it's becoming impossible.
When the
If
light
you want, you
turned
can just
green,
leave
the
now,
Chevy
it
driver
doesn't
started
matter.
driving recklessly in an attempt to get ahead of the emitter.
I'm gonna win Dana, bitch.
Once he had
Oh,
the
really?
opportunity, he cut the
You wanna do
emitter
this?
off and brake checked him.
But fucking hell.
Henry?
The
You wanna
emitter wasn't
challenge
having
me, I
it,
will
so he
fucking
hit the
say
juice
that.
pedal and zoomed around the Chevy driver, who struggled to keep up. Eventually, the Chevy driver backed off.
Oh, you think that's funny?
Richard was driving his Model 3
Fine,
in the
we'll see
passing
who
lane on
lasts
State
longer.
Route 91 in California when another
I
Tesla
don't. This isn't really the passing lane. This is the HOV lane.
Alex, I gotta go. We'll see you.
All right, see ya.
We'll see who lasts longer, motherfucker.
suddenly swerved through the lane barrier.
We'll just keep going with the
Wait.
video.
Oh
A
man.
Subaru driver had no
Even though
chance
Raymond
to
isn't
stop
here.
and rear-ended the Tesla. It looks like the Tesla
Damn.
driver may have been braking, but
This might be the
we
last
have
video
no idea
anyway,
what's
so
going on here?
yeah.
Leave a comment with your theory. Goldman received 2 warnings on his phone, the first telling him that Sentry Mode has triggered the alarm state, followed by another telling him the car alarm has been triggered. A thief smashed the back window and folded down the back seat, but
Okay, I really gotta use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Goldman hadn't left anything there, so the thief calmly walked away.
I'm gonna edit all these videos in DaVinci Resolve, by the way.
Goldman filed an insurance claim and a report with the Oakland Police Department. Repairing the window cost him $1,000 US.
Yo,
Goldman
Alex.
sent along this message.
Yeah.
Henry over here sounds like a fucking whistle.
What was like?
Please be careful when you park in San
Yes.
Francisco and the East Bay Area. David was on his way to San Francisco on US Route 101. He knew he'd need to take the I-280 exit soon, so he merged into the exit lane. Suddenly, he noticed a car in his left side view mirror coming up extremely quickly.
And then oh, Shadines.
He assumed the driver wanted to weave through traffic, but the gap between him and the Infiniti SUV on his left was about to close. David heard them brake hard while swerving to the right to avoid a collision. He was convinced there was no way they could slow down fast enough, clearly committed to cutting between him and the other vehicle. David
Yes, you
felt
are.
like contacting the police would be useless because the license plate could be fake. He'd rather just show the world how not to weave through traffic and how to be a defensive
No, why
driver.
not?
Gregorin was driving home from getting some late-night Vietnamese coffee,
Huh?
and while merging onto the highway, he encountered a ghost truck.
You're not gonna
Who
make
the
it,
fuck
Henry.
are you?
Gregorin was using autopilot, and it brought the car to a safe stop rather than hitting the truck. He then took control and drove around it. Gregorin got
You know
out
why
and
you're
looked
not
in the
gonna
truck, but
make
didn't
it?
see anybody. I don't know about
Why?
you, but I'm getting goosebumps.
That fucking driver's definitely
I
gonna
have
touch you
so much
tonight.
rage. I'm gonna go fucking drink one.
That truck is definitely gonna touch you tonight. What?
Gregorin
Would you
called
say you would-
911 before leaving the Ghostbusters
I
scene.
said I have
mean, the
Dr.
accident.
Pepper in the
Klaus was driving on a highway in Los Angeles when a vehicle cut off a couple of bikers, nearly hitting one of them.
Or
Bruh.
Henry.
The second biker got really angry and broke off the car's side view mirror.
Okay. That's
You hear me?
a very interesting reaction, bro.
It was Steve's second
that's
time
karma,
driving
though.
his brand new Tesla Model Y when
Did
he
you
saw
hear
a
what I said,
It
Henry?
is karma, but it's just not right.
bouncing tire jump the highway divider and crash into the car beside him.
You are cooked.
No, you're
Luckily, the
cooked.
tire only hit the front bumper.
Thank you.
Even so,
Because-
Steve stopped and made sure everybody was
Oh,
okay. Romeo
fucking
Zahn was
Dr.
driving his
Pepper.
Model 3 on a Los Angeles highway
Oh
when
my
the car
God.
in front of him
I'm
suddenly
drinking a
caught on
Dr.
fire.
Pepper right now, ironically.
If we watch that in slow motion, the
Alex
fire
Apple's
looks like it
one.
comes out of nowhere with no sparks or visible
Dr.
gas
Alex.
leaks. Leave a comment
get
if
ready
you
to
think
make
you
me
know
do it.
what could have caused this.
Fine.
Hey, nice Model X
Okay, that-
plaid, but that's not what this story is about. Gene
Mm-hmm.
was headed home in heavy rain after picking up his son from school. As they approached an intersection, Gian had no idea they were about to experience a close call he'll never forget. After crossing the intersection, an Audi merged into their lane just ahead of them. They continued driving
Yeah.
behind the Audi, unaware of a surprise waiting up ahead. Suddenly, a large tree fell on the right side of the road, landing
Oh!
right on the Audi's roof, right where Gene would have been driving if he'd still been behind the
Henry?
Model X and the Audi hadn't merged
What
between
the
them.
fuck?
Gene told us he's grateful the Audi was there,
Do
even though
you?
it probably
you know?
wasn't a fun experience for the Audi driver.
The Audi. Okay, so the Audi driver saved him.
Would you say you sleepy hen? Wait.
You're the sleepy hen, motherfucker.
Justin
No, he's a sleepy ETH.
sent us our first 2-in-1
I ain't
submission,
got sleepy.
meaning
I
that we
will
have
try the
2
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, good luck with that, Bose.
stories in one clip. Okay, here's the
Hey,
first
those,
one.
like,
Like, are you
I love
sure you're gonna last 20 more minutes and technically not even 20?
Justin was pulling into his neighborhood while using the full
Here,
self-driving beta
there
when
is
he
5
encountered
Dr.
a
Peppers in the
BMW
fridge. I
sitting
will
in
go
the middle
chug
of
all 5 of them.
Oh no.
Yeah, good luck with
the
that.
road and not moving. FSD Beta tried to maneuver around the stopped BMW, but Justin took over before it could. He manually followed the white
Right,
car,
you're
thinking
stuck,
it was
you
about
know
to
it.
pull to the side of the road. Suddenly, it pulled an unexpected
Right,
U-turn
you
right in front of
road.
him, forcing him to hit the brakes. Justin
Stop,
continued
stop,
driving
your
to
way.
his house just a few hundred feet away,
What are you
where
gonna
his
do?
dad was taking a walk with Justin's dog,
Right.
Taco. Taco ran into the street when he saw Justin's car approaching. Justin's dad ran in front of Taco to try to stop him from going into traffic, and that's when Justin's dad slipped.
Whoa!
Ooh, wait.
That must hurt.
Damn.
Justin's girlfriend Victoria, who was in the car at the
That
time,
dog.
couldn't help but crack up when she realized his dad had slipped in slippers.
Slippers are kind of be bad at walking on the
Good luck.
fucking street.
And Bruegels.
That's fucking funny.
Nailed it! Okay, not only was this a 2-in-1 submission, it was also captured from another angle
What did
by
you
a
say,
ring
you
camera.
bitch?
Did you
Yeah, that's
You heard
funny.
me.
That is funny.
fell?
What the fuck
Or
you
you
say,
just
me, bitch?
slipped and fell?
Mind blown.
Huh?
We're
What'd you
glad
say,
to report
Henrietta?
that his dad was fine after the fall.
Yeah,
Justin says he'll
yeah.
forever be known as the man who
Yeah, that's what I
slipped in
thought.
slippers
What?
caught on Tesla
Yeah,
cam
you
and
gave
ring
that.
camera. Richard was sitting at a traffic light in Southgate, California when all of a sudden another Tesla Model Y crashed into the center divider.
Listen here, Bon.
Okay, buddy. Buddy. What is wrong with
The
you?
Tesla ripped down a sign which smacked into the Nissan Rogue in front of Richard.
Okay, that Tesla's definitely at fault, bro.
Wait,
Okay,
isn't-
I'm gonna
isn't
say
this- Isn't this road kind of familiar?
This road?
Yeah, this is no kind of familiar. It's 76.
Oh.
The gas station.
Oh no.
Down a sign which smacked into the Nissan
So what do
Rogue
you
in
think
front of
I say? Get
Richard.
the point out of
Okay,
it,
I'm
bud.
gonna say it. I think that Nissan went rogue.
Yeah. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, you could tell I didn't laugh.
Evil loud. Yeah, I like someone.
No.
And
No,
I
evil
is
Alex would be Mwahaha! Dumbass.
Okay.
Get
Get
it?
it.
Get it? Yeah, you get it. While Drogon
Henry
was
is
stopped at a
deep
traffic light
fried.
waiting to make a left turn, a distracted driver
I'm
skated
both-
the median.
Okay.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Fortunately, he recovered in time. How many style points is that trick
You
worth?
see, oh, dude.
That trick is worth negative 99 style points, bro.
And
Get the
Henry's
fuck outta
clapping
here.
his wife's
We
teeth
have one
again.
more phone video to
Look,
show you.
dog.
It's from
Look,
Victoria,
while
who
you're
was sitting in
clapping
her
your wife's
parked Model
teeth.
Y with her daughter when they felt two impacts a few seconds apart.
I got
She
some
looked at the
soon-
Tesla cam recording right away and saw that
I
a
got some
Toyota
soon to be-
4Runner had rear-ended her
Yes, you are.
twice.
Anyway, I got some soon-to-be
When
wife.
Victoria
What?
confronted the other driver, he immediately became aggressive.
Pardon?
She called the police, and an officer soon arrived
Don't
at
worry
the
about
scene.
that.
Mind saying that
At
again?
first, the other driver tried to convince the officer that
Nah, you
Victoria
listen here,
had caused the
Hen
accident.
Hen.
When the officer viewed the Tesla cam video, he had no more
Pop
questions
Tart.
about who was at fault. John was eating at a restaurant when he got a phone notification informing him that Sentry Mode had been activated. John ran out and found his windows had been smashed and his
You
backpack had been
listen here,
stolen.
you
He also
fucking
found this video.
sleepy
Thankfully, nothing
bitch.
of value had been in the car, but based on our experience with similar
And
stories
here's a
from
whistle
other
again.
submitters, replacing the windows will cost at least $1,000.
This
Old
fucking
ass
this
whistle.
fucking hurts. This fucking hurts.
Unlike most other
You know what,
stories,
Henry?
though,
That's
the
it.
burglars in this one
Turns
actually
Henry into
got caught.
Crow.
Thank fucking God.
The same thing happened to 3 other cars in the same parking lot. Since John had the criminal's license plate number on video, the police were able to identify them. Thankfully,
can't
the thief
become a crow
wasn't using
again.
a stolen car or stolen plates. Brandon was with some friends at his
Buddy,
house
you're
when they heard a
failing,
loud
buddy.
bang outside. When they went to see what had happened, they found 2 wrecked cars.
You're wheezing, buddy.
The driver
not
of the small
crowing.
crossover had crossed double yellow lines when traffic wasn't clear and had hit a young driver, causing his van to go up on 2 wheels.
Bruh.
You know what, I
Thankfully,
summoned
everyone
the
was okay, but
Henry
the driver
Eagle.
who crossed the double yellow lines claimed they'd been going straight, which the video proves isn't true. Brandon gave a copy of the video to all parties involved as well as to the police. Mitch was driving on Highway 85 in San Jose
got
when he had to
Eaglery
avoid a
over
car
here.
stopped in the middle of the highway. If you're wondering why the driver had stopped, a mother duck and her ducklings were waddling
Glory.
across the highway. Obviously, stopping on the highway is dangerous, but on the other hand, nobody wants to run over a family of ducks. Let us know in a comment
Yeah.
what you think people should do in this
The
situation.
Henry Eagle.
Honestly, okay, here's what I think. Stopping for the ducks was the right thing to do. Stopping in the middle of a highway, though, that's still dangerous. The stopping for the ducks is definitely a right thing to
And
do.
with the eagle.
Should
I
have just.
guess.
Nope, I'm not gonna say that.
But there probably
about
would
you?
have been a better chance. It probably would have been better if they like switched lanes or something or like maneuvered.
That's what I
Oh,
think.
what?
But I don't know. What do y'all
you
think?
say?
What do y'all think about this?
What did you just say? Eaglery?
I think I agree with you, Alex.
It's like I understand the intent, but stopping in the middle of a highway is still bad.
Yeah, Alex, mine's saying Ethan, stop calling me the eagle.
Because you are an eagle, unless you want me to summon the Henry siren.
Bruh.
Yo,
Dane was driving in Los
That's it,
Angeles
summons
when
Henry
a Scion
Siren.
driver squeezed between him and another Model 3. Now that was a close one. I wonder if the Scion driver even knew how many cameras were watching. Dane sent us another clip from the same day.
Bruh.
Did you see that? Let's watch it one more time.
Bonds.
Someone was walking between lanes down the middle of the highway in the middle of the
Okay.
night.
you know what?
Okay, that's illegal.
We hope he
Yeah,
got
in
out
the
of the road
California law.
safely. Mike was driving his Model 3 in Hesperia, California. A BMW had been tailgating him for several blocks when he suddenly heard it revving up behind
I am
him.
survival
It
of
flew
the
past him
fittest.
and blew through a stop
No, you're
sign
not.
in a
You're
residential
survival of the
neighborhood,
head
narrowly
ass.
sideswiping his Tesla.
Nuh-uh.
Mike decided this maneuver was so reckless that he
I'm
had to send this
survival of the
video to the
fittest.
police, but he doesn't know if they plan to do anything.
They better, but knowing California, they're probably incompetent.
Jeff was late for work and decided
Survival
to
of the
take his
fittest.
usual shortcut. While
Survival
he
of
was
the head
waiting
ass.
to turn left, a Fiat
No.
across from him
Survival of the
stopped.
fittest.
Jeff assumed this was done for no
I'm not
reason.
calling it that
Boy,
for
was
you.
he
No,
wrong.
thank you.
He hit the brakes,
No,
and it's a
kill
good
yourself,
thing he
then.
did. Blinded by the sun,
You
Rigged.
Jeff
meander,
noticed a
Pop-Tart.
father and son walking against a "Don't Walk" sign. That was a close
Henry.
one. Andrew was driving his Model Y in San Francisco
You
when a modified
meander,
BMW
Pop-Tart.
had been driving recklessly around him for a while.
Pop-Tart.
After waiting at a red
Okay,
light,
head ass.
something happened involving the BMW
Actually,
and an
no.
Amazon
Henry
delivery
Tart.
truck. It looked like it was
Henry Tart.
Oh. You listen here, you.
How to combine Henroodles and Pop Tarts.
the truck driver's fault, but the BMW driver just took off.
Anyway.
Andrew thinks they might have had
I
something
don't
they
even know
didn't
what the
want
hell
the
he
cops
just
to
called you,
see.
he-wee.
Lots of thefts and burglaries in San Francisco
I
are
said-
committed by criminals driving nice cars, and Andrew just thinks it was strange.
Did you say
Andrew circled
Alan?
around and offered the Amazon driver his Tesla cam
Alex,
footage,
yeah.
but the Amazon truck had its own dash cam system rolling.
I think it's safe to say that nobody got their packages.
We're trying to call Alex and Alex
David
Tart.
was
No.
Alright, that's it, Henry Nugget.
Oh,
driving his Model 3 Performance in
You
Antelope,
see me
California, when he
there,
found himself
chicken
next to
nugget.
a new electric BMW. Both drivers looked at each other before giving each other the race nod. David told us he was
Okay,
impressed
time
with the
to play
BMW keeping
Roblox
up with
for
him
2
at
hours.
first, and he was surprised by its acceleration. Vince is 13 years old, and his mom owns a 2019 Tesla Model X.
What are you going
He sent
to
us
do?
this video from when his mom had parked to make a quick purchase from Target. When she returned, she noticed a scratch
Bitch
across
Bond.
both driver's side doors. After noticing it, she called Vince and told him what had happened. Thankfully, he's
Henry, you
a
have some
huge Tesla
explaining to
fanboy
do.
and had already set up Sentry Mode for her.
Why are you
They were able to
gray?
find the man who caused the damage, and it turned out to be a guy pushing a shopping cart containing
What?
some kind of armor or
Is your
motorcycle
character
gear.
gray?
It's a fucking fandom.
Is that
bro.
a Fox
That's why.
logo?
But he's gray
Okay,
like the
buddy.
charcoal.
After finding
you
out who
listen
was
here, you
responsible
fucking
and what exactly
Nah,
had
you listen
happened,
here,
Vince told
you
us they chose not to contact the
fucking
police or make an insurance claim. Instead, they
Henry-
purchased a repair
Henry
kit to fix the
Pizza.
scratch themselves. We definitely think they should notify the police, as doing so may help solve
You
other
made your
vandalism
buddy.
cases and maybe even stop this from happening to someone else.
Yeah, they should have contacted the police.
This
Oh,
submitter's wife was in their
fuck
Tesla
me.
parked in a grocery store parking lot when a lady with a young kid in her front passenger seat drove an SUV into a set of parked cars behind the Tesla. The people inside the grocery store
Did you
indicated that the
fucking
driver
notice
had
that it
just
was?
been inside the store with the kid.
What?
They said she appeared to
That
be
fucking
very
colored
intoxicated and the kid had been doing all of the shopping.
She
That's what I said,
probably
Juan.
she probably drank alcohol in the store, by the way. Had like, bro, idiot. And honestly, near a kid too, you're just a bad parent.
The CHP came and took a report, and the couple provided the footage from their Tesla as evidence. We can see his wife quickly get out of the car when the accident happened to try and get a picture of the SUV, but she was unsuccessful. Emilio's mother was on her way to
Yeah, by the way,
Your pretzel.
I'll say Tesla drivers are bad, but the cars themselves are actually really fucking good
Hey, Henry.
with the cameras and
Blah, blah,
shit.
blah.
work in their family's Model X
What
when
do you think
all of
would
a sudden
happen?
a man
I bet you
rear-ended her,
Alex
then
would only
fled the
know how to
scene
do
after
it, but what would? But Henry, how do you think we'd combine your name and a pretzel?
Hen pretzel.
No, actually, I would call it Hen Retzel.
You
Oh.
fucking.
Also, Ethan was right. I wouldn't know how to do that.
she'd pulled over to the shoulder. She immediately called
You
Emilio
see
and
me,
his dad to
Bon
tell them what
Bon.
had happened, and they told her to call 911 and that they were on their way.
Alright, that's
when they
it.
arrived,
Combine
Emilio
his name and
immediately checked
pizza.
the camera.
Pizza. I didn't even need the fucking hen. Pizza works fine.
When you
Oh.
listen here, you fucking.
Footage and realized that the other car had been so badly damaged
You know-
it couldn't get too
you
far
know what?
even if the driver wanted to,
It's
because
not-
the
it's not
radiator
ice
had been
cream, it's
completely
ice
destroyed.
cream.
His car
Ice cream.
I'm
Alright,
trying to
alright,
combine
that's enough
Henry's name
name
and a-
combos, buddies.
had to be overheating,
Yeah, it's a
meaning
dog.
he
It's a
had to
dog.
be
'Cause we have a
making
reaction
frequent
video
to do.
stops. Emilio and his
That's
dad
it,
headed
Henry
toward LA,
Burger.
searching for the car.
Herger.
About 3 hours after the
What?
accident, Emilio's dad
Okay, anyway,
found the
no
car
more.
and called 911 before deciding to approach it. He approached the driver and offered him assistance in getting to wherever he needed to go since his car seemed to be in bad shape.
Here you go,
He
Henry. I know
continued
how
to
much
play
you
the
like
part of the Good
wieners.
Samaritan until the police arrived. Emilio was on his way while on the phone with the 911 operator, explaining to them that his father was with the suspect. The operator told him not to follow the suspect because he could be dangerous and it would be their own fault if they were harmed.
Okay, yeah.
Emilio told the operator that was a risk they were willing to take. Finally, the police arrived and arrested the suspect. He had over a pound of marijuana in his car, no driver's license, and no insurance.
Dumbass. Actual dumbass.
Emilio had to file a claim with their own insurance provider. Fixing the car took over 6 months, and the car still needs some adjustments. Now, he rents the Tesla out on Turo. Emilio asked us to plug his Turo account and help his car rental business. This is the
Some name
first time
combo,
you
but
can
I'm not gonna
actually
say
rent
it.
a piece of Wham Bam memorabilia. Go check it out and live the Wham Bam experience.
Okay. That's interesting. I probably won't be able to do that, but sure. I'm probably gonna rent a Tesla out on Turo if I end up going on vacation. Either Turo or I get it from an airport rental place. But no matter, I will probably rent out a Tesla if I ever go somewhere. If I'm the one driving too.
You see me and do one.
You want somebody?
Oh yeah, okay.
Alright, you listen here.
And if I'm
pizza
ever the
rolls.
age and still driving my Eclipse, and it gets fucking sent to the repair shop to the point where it needs to be repaired, and I need a rental. You know which one I'm choosing?
What?
Tesla.
Good choice.
Figures.
Doesn't matter if it's a Model 3, Model S, Model X, or Model Y. I'll still do either one of them. Because, I gotta try out the Tesla experience.
Justin was heading to his
I'm going to get one no matter what, though.
girlfriend's house to have dinner with her family. He was stopped in a line of traffic that went in front of the exit of a Walmart parking lot. Justin says he tried to leave space so other drivers leaving the lot could squeeze through. A couple of cars made it through the gap, but unfortunately, a second
Is
red
this the
car
same Justin P that came on early in the video? I think this is.
didn't emerge unscathed. As the driver tried to squeeze through the gap on his left, they were struck by a pickup truck after the light turned green. Justin honked his horn in an attempt to warn the pickup driver, but it was too late. Justin threw on his hazard lights and offered the driver of the red car a copy of his footage. Alex was driving southbound on US Route 101 in California when the free-flowing traffic came to a sudden stop. Luckily, autopilot
I low-key might, okay, off topic. I might low-key do an imitation of a Wayne video in GTA.
Nice.
That's when eventually. I don't know when, but probably eventually. I'll just get Raymond on for it to help with that. Because Raymond can play GTA on PC.
able to react in time to
I would get my GTA friend group on, but they don't know about Wayne, and I'm not really going to do all that anyway.
avoid a frontal collision. Unfortunately, the pickup truck behind him rammed into his Tesla. This
Okay,
caused
buddy.
another sedan to crash into the pickup, making this a 3-car accident.
Damn.
Alex filed
I
an
remember
insurance claim
back
with the
when
pickup
Alex
driver's
called
insurance
Henry
provider and is
Negri.
currently waiting to hear
Okay,
back.
buddy.
Alex was the only driver
Alright,
involved
buddy.
who has a dash cam.
Oh, there was an actual person who put their name as Alex in the submission. Except his real name probably is Alex. Mine's just my online name.
Right.
I'm either gonna put Alex in there or just my YouTube handle,
I don't know.
which you know what it is.
Right.
And the other drivers were impressed with how it was able to record
Hey,
the
Henry,
accident
what if
from
I
so
beat
many
you?
angles.
What are you gonna do?
Alex says this was everyone's first time being in an accident, so they were all
Henry.
quite shaken up.
What?
Despite everything, Alex
What are you gonna
finds
do
it
if I beat
comforting
you
to
in the
know he
challenge?
has solid evidence of what
What challenge?
happened. He didn't have to stress about someone lying or leaving
On
the
staying
scene
up?
of the accident, and
What are you gonna
instead
do?
focused on safely getting off the highway. Get yourself a dash cam or a Tesla.
A Tesla
No.
works too, yeah.
Randy was driving in Oceanside, California
You're not
when he
gonna do
spotted this
shit.
chopped up
Try.
Model S that's been turned into a pickup truck.
Okay, this is a war crime, but
What the hell did I just hear?
California when he spotted this chopped up Model S that's been turned into a pickup truck.
How?
it's still a war crime, but
He says the skull on the hood gives it that pimp my ride vibe.
Yeah. Ugh. This is disgusting, bro. This defeats the whole point of the Model S. But at least it doesn't look as bad as a Cybertruck, though. It kind of rocks it a little bit, but still, I don't like it.
Mala was 6 months
Right.
pregnant and heading home at 4:30 a.m.
Oh.
after dropping her husband off at the airport. She was waiting at a traffic light less than a mile from her house when her Tesla Model 3 was suddenly rear-ended.
There's a thing called brakes, Anyway. Was it a
Both
Honda
Mala
driver?
and her baby were fine. Police and paramedics responded quickly to the scene. Mala was able to show her Tesla cam footage to the
He was a fucking Honda driver, too. Fuck Honda.
responding police officer, demonstrating how the
At
Honda
least the drivers, not the company itself. I like Honda, but not the drivers.
had drifted into her lane, hit the back end of her Tesla at full speed, then flipped over before landing right side up.
He's probably gonna mention hashtag Honda bump here.
Mala remembered passing the same Honda when she'd taken the highway exit a couple of minutes prior to the collision when the Honda had stopped right in the middle of the exit. When the Honda sped up and began following her, Mala noticed it swerving in and out of lanes, and she she assumed the driver was under the influence. At the time of the collision, the driver behind her was also in a Tesla, and that driver told the police that he'd been following her and also thought she was under the influence. Mala said that when the other driver got out of her vehicle and tried to approach her, Mala definitely thought she was under the influence of something. Her
Alcohol,
excuse was
probably.
that she had fallen asleep behind the wheel. Sadly, the police officer took her word for it and not only didn't take Mola's statement, he didn't seem to conduct any investigation at all. The Honda driver walked herself to an ambulance and left the scene.
Oh my god, degeneracy.
Mala tried to find out why her statement, as well as those of other key witnesses, weren't taken and why no real investigation was conducted. The only answer she got was from another officer, who told her that since there were no fatalities, their policy is to only conduct a DUI investigation if they smell alcohol.
Bro, that's bad.
Mola's Tesla Model 3 was totaled, and she hadn't even owned it for a full year. I think it's safe to say she'll be buying a new one after this one saved her life and the life of her unborn baby.
Yeah, Model 3 is good, bro.
Snowspeeder was cruising through Seal Beach on I-405, doing his best to be a safe and courteous driver. Evidently, the driver of a Ram truck didn't appreciate it when Snowspeeder changed lanes in front of him, and he immediately retaliated.
Bruh.
Snowspeeder told us he's a longtime fan of Wham Bam Tesla Cam and that he and his kids love watching our full-length episodes, but he's not a fan of our short videos. I don't get it. What's not to like about our fun vertical videos?
Huh? Wait.
Of our short videos. I don't get it. What's not to like about our fun vertical video?
Well, for starters, I can't see shit.
Yeah, you need to quit aimbotting.
Yeah, I can't see shit here, but whatever.
While submitter Tesla Creek was driving northbound on a
Okay, no, in all
busy
seriousness, I don't care.
street, the right lane was blocked by a truck that had broken down and a front-end loader was trying to pull it out of the way. The driver in front of him needed to turn
Tesla
left, but there
Creek
was
is
no
a
left
very
turn
interesting
lane.
name.
It seems like both drivers behind the Tesla were distracted by the broken down truck and
Probably
they didn't
is
notice
a
the
fake
car
one,
turning
a
and the
fake name.
Tesla stopping. The driver of the white truck slammed on his brakes before the truck behind him rear-ended him while trying to swerve around him. Debris flew everywhere, including some bits of plastic that landed on the Tesla's trunk lid. Thankfully, there was no damage, and he decided not to pull over since it looked like a police officer was already at the scene. This submitter was on his way to work. As he passed Holloman Air Force Base, he witnessed F-16 pilots returning from a training mission.
Bruh.
Our submitter's timing was perfect for capturing the planes on their final approach. Micah
That's
was
brilliant.
driving with autopilot engaged and the speed set to 75 miles per hour. There was a car gradually passing him on his left while a large work truck was on his right. That's when, surprise surprise, a Honda pulled up and tailgated the car on his left before darting between it and Micah's Tesla.
Hondas! Goddamn
Micah told
Hondas!
us autopilot sounded an alarm but didn't otherwise react. So he took over and swerved to the right to avoid a collision, almost bumping into the truck next to him. Micah reported the reckless driver to the police, but he never saw them show up or had his call returned. Steve
Bruh. I mean, it is California, I expect that.
was on his way home from some pre-holiday grocery shopping in his Model Y and was only 2 blocks from home. When he stopped for a stop sign, the minivan behind him didn't.
Bruh.
Steve included this photo and asked us to play Guess the Repair Bill. Fixing his Tesla will require a new rear hatch, upper and lower bumper, wiring harness, sensors, paint, and framework.
Let's see, probably, $8,000 to like $10,000? What do we think? Does that sound about right?
Probably.
This submitter was driving his Model Y in Los Angeles, California. He was behind a Lexus at a red light, and when they turned, he overtook the Lexus driver, who had to slow down for an SUV.
We'll never get to another repair bill, by the way.
This didn't sit well with the Lexus driver, and they sped up and began following our submitter. When they approached the next red light, the Lexus driver pulled up next to him. The
Damn
Lexus driver
Lexus,
rolled
bro.
down his window before screaming and spitting on the side of the Tesla.
Okay, buddy. Time to put the Tesla in a car wash.
It kinda looks like most of that spit ended up inside the Lexus. I guess there is some justice in the world.
Okay, well, that one's clearly dumb.
Patrick was
There's
exiting
all-
the
we're
highway
on the
his
third-
way home when
the
some
final
dude in
three
a
now.
go-kart looking thing suddenly ran the red light in the bike lane and drove through the intersection.
That is a fucking crazy song to be playing, bro.
It's a me, Mario.
Get out.
Mario Kart. Yeah.
Let's get out.
Mario Kart. Speed run, getting ran over. Anyway.
Jeff was leaving a local ice cream shop one night when he discovered this unusual vehicle sitting in the parking lot. Jeff didn't notice the unique illuminated logo on the front bumper until he'd passed in front of it. He checked Google image search but couldn't find any sign of the logo. Does anyone recognize the vehicle or its logo? Jeff says it sure looks like an EV, but he can't be sure. Post your ideas below.
I don't know that vehicle actually, so I wouldn't know. I don't think anybody in here recognizes it either. I'd probably ask fucking Ari or Gwen. Because that'd probably be that'd probably be a question for her, but I'm not sure.
Danny was using a free charging station at Bayfair Center while he and his wife were inside shopping. Suddenly, he got an alert that his Tesla had been unplugged, then another saying it had been plugged in and was charging. Danny told his wife he thought someone had tried to unplug his car. Sure enough, another EV owner had pulled up next to him and tried to unplug his car. Danny told us because he's a smart Wham Bam Tesla Cam viewer, he'd purchased an adapter lock so the other guy wasn't able to unplug him. You can find the link to that adapter in the video description.
Yeah, the first thing I'm going to buy when I get a Tesla is the Karen lock, bro. Seriously.
Oh, sorry.
Because if someone were to try to do that to me, I'd fucking assassinate them. So no, thank you.
SJ Kid was driving home from class on Highway 84. The driver of the box truck in front of him changed his mind about where he was going at the last second and sideswiped SJ Kid's Model 3.
You could have at least waited, but no. And you could have actually just went on the exit anyway, dumbass.
SJ Kid told us the driver was unlicensed and had no proof of insurance. SJ Kid didn't contact the police because he didn't want to make the situation any more complicated than it needed to be.
You probably should have, low-key. That was not a smart move.
Instead, he spoke with the company manager and she emailed him a copy of her insurance coverage, so he thought everything would be fine. Now SJ Kid says the company is denying responsibility and he had to make a claim with his own insurance provider. The total cost of repairs is over $21,000 US.
Damn.
Patrick was driving during a huge storm and the highways of California were pretty flooded. He watched two cars drive by and completely splash water over nearby cars. Patrick told us it was definitely cool to watch and he thinks autopilot is a great feature to have in these situations.
Yeah, fair enough.
Opal was driving home on I-110 in Los Angeles, California when, out of nowhere, some guy went running across the interstate.
Illegal, by the way.
Opal was going the speed limit of 65 miles per hour, and he thinks if he'd been going any faster than that, he would have hit the guy. Axel was driving in San Diego when another...
Axel? That name sounds familiar. Oh, wait, yeah. Because it's the name of my clone. My yellow clone. Who used to be evil.
driver decided to make a sudden lane change and almost hit a barrier and another car.
Dumbass.
Please, don't do stuff like this. Taking the next exit might cost you a few minutes, but diving for an exit may cost you or someone else a life. Herman
Yeah, fucking take the exit and fucking get back on the highway, dumbass.
was heading to work in Santa Ana, California, when he noticed a Mercedes behind him that was having difficulty maintaining a safe distance. He feared being rear-ended. When traffic came to a stop, the Mercedes didn't.
I'm just gonna say, of
Herman
course,
had
it's a
been expecting
Mercedes.
this and had braced himself for impact. The other driver took full responsibility, and Herman filed a claim through his insurance. It took 2 weeks to get his car back, and the entire trunk had to be replaced. Herman told us the sound of the grill falling apart reminded him of the sound of breaking Lego bricks in the Lego video game.
Fair enough.
Mike was leaving a parking lot and traveling at around 10 miles per hour when a Mazda driver turning into a gas station collided with the side of his Tesla Model 3.
Bruh.
During the
Mazda.
impact, the glass on the driver's door shattered, sending shards of glass throughout the cabin and hitting both Mike and his girlfriend.
Bruh. Also palm trees.
No!
Although they weren't seriously injured, both Mike and his girlfriend experienced hearing issues after the crash, and Mike's girlfriend suffered neck pains for several months. The driver of the Mazda was underage and underinsured. The police were called, and they arrived quickly at the scene of the accident. Since the Mazda driver's insurance only covered $10,000, Mike's insurance ended up covering the rest of the totaled car's value of $60,000. Mike found it ironic that a Mazda crashed into a Tesla with a vanity plate that reads, "What's gas?" while turning into a gas station.
The only fucking use I have for gas stations, like, the only fucking use I'd have for gas stations if I was in a Tesla would be just to get the gas station freezies. That's it. Like, maybe also gift cards, too, because I'm pretty sure gas stations sell gift cards. A lot of them do,
They
anyway.
do.
Yeah.
Wham! Bam, we got a picture, man.
Alright, well, that ends this video. It's
Hey.
it's probably an hour long. Wow, I'm right. But yeah, that ends this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a new video. Peace out.